Hi YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another Doctor Who video. Today we're going to be discussing which villains are going to appear in the upcoming season/series of Doctor Who. Now, obviously we know that the new Doctor, the 15th Doctor, not to be confused with the 14th Doctor who's played by David Tennant, the 15th Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, is going to go up against a range of different villains. From filming photos so far, we've seen whatever the hell this weird yellow slug creature is. We've seen this weird emo looking guy, and that's about it really. We also have official confirmation from the Doctor Who magazine that the Daleks are going to be back, which is not really a surprise to anyone. That's also not forgetting the alleged spin-off show to do with Daleks and Cybermen, which, yeah, watch one of my prior videos to find out all about that. I did one on spin-offs a few days ago, so go and give that a watch. So I asked you, the audience, what you wanted to see, and which creatures you wanted to see return. I put out this, which said, answers will be used in a video. What aliens/monsters/villains would you like to see crop up in Doctor Who Series 14? Without further ado, let's go and read your comments. Blue says, would like to see the Reapers make a return. Been so long since Father's Day that they deserve an episode or two in the upcoming series. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Now, the issue with the Reapers is that quite often things go wrong with time, and if we're going by the canon of the Father's Day episode from Series 1, the Reapers should just show up. But they can't show up every single season, otherwise it just becomes boring. Like, what more can you do? They're sort of like big bat demon things. However, it has been a solid like 15, 16, 17 years, someone do the maths in the comments, since we last saw these iconic foes. So yeah, I think give them a return, but make sure it doesn't just feel like a repeat of Father's Day. Maybe if they were just to add to the tension, maybe a smaller villain, rather than giving them like a whole story to themselves. I don't know, but yeah, Father's Day is one of my personal favourite Doctor Who episodes, so yeah, I'd love to see the Reapers come back. Maybe with a new design as well. Like, with the new Disney Plus big budget, it could be quite exciting to see them not look like something from a PS2 game. Jack Wilson says, would love to see a new Ice Warrior episode, because I feel like we haven't had a good Ice Warrior story yet since the revival. Yeah, I agree, to be honest. Cold War isn't bad, but it's watchable, it's alright. And Empress of Mars, I think, I love that episode purely because it's Capaldi, Bill and Nardole, rather than it being an amazing episode of the show. I mean, it's good, but we're yet to have an amazing revival Ice Warrior story. Especially considering that things like the Curse of Peladon from the classic era are considered as some of the best Doctor Who stories, and I know they went quite political with that, so maybe you could do a sort of Brexit allegory with the Ice Warriors. There's my pitch. Do that. Yeah! Funky Frick says, I think it'd be great to see the Autons return. He has got a second half to this comment, but I'll read that in a minute. I disagree with that, because I think one of the things we need to stop from happening in the Russell T Davies 2 era, because obviously Russell has written 4 big series, well 3.5 series of the show before. We don't want it to fall into the same trap. We don't want to play on things that have already been done, and while the Autons are quite cool, what more can you do other than them smashing their way out of shopping centres? I mean, Moffat did kind of try something in The Big Bang and Pandorica Opens, which, in my opinion, didn't really work. But yeah, Autons coming back would just feel like a repeat of Season 1, and we've already seen that. Like, give Ncuti's Doctor something new. That wasn't all. The second half of the comment says, the Rutans, which are the Sontaran enemies, who've never actually been on screen, because as Funky Frick points out, 44 years overdue on another appearance, which, yeah, I think it would be cool to see the Rutans, because we always see the Sontarans show up and go like, ooh, the Rutans, I hate Rutans. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a line from Flux. He just goes like, grr, I hate Rutans, and something like that. But yeah, having them actually show up, especially once again with the Disney Plus money, pretty cool. I think, yeah, I'm sold. Sontarans and Rutans, let's go. Doctor Who's the Doctor says, the Trickster. I know in light of recent events this might not be possible, but the Trickster was the best villain from Sarah Jane Adventures, and I'd love to see him battle with the Doctor in the main series. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if, well, I mean, it was confirmed as of recording this video this morning that there are spin-offs, but maybe you could bring in some of these villains like the Trickster for spin-offs, because he worked perfectly in Sarah Jane Adventures, and I don't know, there's something about the Trickster, in my opinion, that's sort of inherently a little bit childish. That's not to say it's bad, but like the big cloak and all of that, I think is good for comedy in the main show, but yeah, when it's low budget, like Sarah Jane, it works, but I don't know, big Bad Wolf budget, maybe they did a redesign, maybe it could look cool, I don't know, but yeah, I think he also serves a function that a lot of other villains, like the Meddling Monk, could serve, so who knows. Trickster, I'm sold if it happens, I'd be sold, but I think maybe save him for a spin-off show. Martel says, I feel like it would be right up Russell's alley to write an episode based around Bigfoot. I know we've already seen the Abominable Snowmen, but they were robots. Yeah, Bigfoot, why not? That's cool. Like, we've had the Loch Ness Monster in Doctor Who before. Why not go for, like, another weird mythical creature in the form of Bigfoot? Like, yeah, sounds cool. Why not? Vibey. You are right in pointing out that we've already had the Yetis in Doctor Who, so we'd have to make sure it's not just a rip-off of that. But yeah, Bigfoot, go for it. And continue to say, also would love to see the Sikarax return and be more fleshed out. Yeah, I do think the Sikarax are long overdue a return, but once again, maybe leave it till like series 15, 16 rather than 14, just so it doesn't feel like it's the greatest hits of the Russell T Davies era, because we still want it to feel fresh. So yeah, something like Bigfoot, I 100% agree with, because that would be something Doctor Who hasn't really touched on. Joss Gibbons says, I don't care how often Daleks have come up already, I want them, especially if we're getting a new design imminently. Yeah, I agree. I did mention at the start of the video, we have official confirmation that there is a new Dalek design, whether that be for the actual TV show or spin-off media, etc. But yeah, having Daleks is cool. See, I've been sort of binge-watching old Dalek episodes of the Revival recently, and they're just so cool. I love Daleks, and yeah, bring in the Daleks, but once again, we need them not to fall into the trap of being boring. They need to do something new with the Daleks. Speaking of Daleks, friend of the channel, Dalek Scar, says, can't wait to see a new Dalek design, that or the return of a really classic villain like, oh, I don't know, the Meddling Monk. Now, for those of you who are unaware, shameless plug here, myself and Dalek Scar have a Doctor Who fan film which is out on this channel now. It features the Daleks, the Meddling Monk, etc. Echo's return, go and give it a watch. We spent hours and hours of work onto it. Also, today I had a really exciting call with some of the cast members for our third and final Doctor Who Echo film. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on the notification bell, all that jazz for Doctor Who fan film goodness. And finally, a comment from Doctor Who Shorts, who says, I know this isn't a highly requested alien, but Beep the Meep, he needs his redemption. Well, do I have good news for you, Doctor Who Shorts? As I'm sure you're aware, Beep the Meep is back. Oh yes! For the 60th anniversary of the show, with a brilliant new design, kind of. I mean, it is a very, very reminiscent design of what he looks like in the comics, but yeah, brilliant in live action. Cannot wait to see what they do with Beep the Meep. I think, by the looks of the trailer, it is almost going to be a bit of a beat-for-beat retelling of his comic stories, but I'm not complaining at that. He's really cool. Shout out to Beep the Meep. What a man / rabbit genocidal maniac thing. Anyway, that does bring us to the end of today's video. If you do want to get involved in one of these videos, I'm going to start making more of this kind of video where I answer your comments, so make sure you don't miss out on my community posts, turn on the notification bell and subscribe so you stay up to date with the latest and greatest Doctor Who news. But that does bring us to the end of today's video. Please do like, comment, subscribe, etc. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.